The team has parted ways with Ron Rivera. 4 seasons here in Washington, all losing seasons. He did lead this team to the playoffs during his first year with the team, but that was a losing season as well. We expected this from this news to drop for quite some time now. You go back to November, Josh Harris. It was the first time he publicly expressed frustration and disappointment with this team. They fired defensive coordinator Jack Del Rio, and the team, they never responded. They did not get any better, so change is really the only option that this team had. So we knew this was coming down the pike. It is now official. The Commanders have parted ways with Ron Rivera after 4 years. It's now time to look forward. This team has a lot of options. This is a very attractive job for the next head coach of this franchise. They have the most salary cap money to spend. They have more than any other team in the NFL. But the most attractive thing about this position, this new head coaching position, they have the number 2 overall pick. It is expected that they will look for a quarterback, but this team has so many needs. But with that being said, they have so many picks. They have 6 draft picks within the first 102 for this upcoming NFL draft in April. So again, Ron Rivera's gone, but there's going to be a lot of head coaches lining up for interviews, and they're going to want to be a part of this because this Josh Harris group, they're very aggressive. They're not afraid to put money into the into their organization. They're very invested. So a lot of good things to look forward to. Change is here. Change is here, Wisdom.
Looking forward to what will be the next move. This is this organization's first major decision-making process because when they took over the team, it was in September. The season was already going. So now they have a full offseason to make some changes. And as you said, the coach and the quarterback, they come in together. This could be a big deal moving forward for this franchise.
Exactly. It's so much at stake. They have all these assets, and they really have to be wise with their decision making. And again, we're talking about the head coach. We're talking about the quarterback. We have to find out whether the general manager position has been impacted. But again, guys, this is an opportunity. The fans have been screaming for change for quite some time. We would be remiss if we did not mention the previous 24 years that the Dan Snyder regime was in control. His team kind of lost its identity during that time. We no longer talk about those 2 NFL championships they had, the 3 Super Bowl championships that this organization has had. This team has been in a funk for quite some time. They now have some hope. This is the first time there's a clean slate. There's no mildew left over from the Daniel Snyder era. This is a clean slate, and today I consider this a good day.
And the fans will too, Des, because when Harris took over the team, and you start talking about bringing in Magic Johnson as a partner on this ownership team, he was talking about how Magic Johnson was such a winner with the 5 NBA championships, the Olympic gold medal, the NCAA championship, the winning mentality. Talking to the players back then, that was after they had taken over for the team. Now, here we are with like you said, with a clean slate, nothing left over. You can start all over. You bring a whole new mentality in. You have to figure out what you're going to do with all this talent. You got to bring in new talent. You got a new coach. But it's a new day moving forward for this football team.
And this team, it's lost its identity, Wisdom. I mean, this is not the hard-nosed, gritty, grimy, Super Bowl winning team that the DMV is accustomed to. Now is the time to be proud of the burgundy and gold. They have so many assets. This is a great opportunity for this organization to regain its identity, and it can happen sooner than later with all the assets this team has. Think about it, Wisdom. The Pro Bowl announcement came out last week. 0 Pro Bowlers this year. First time in 30 years the burgundy and gold has not had a Pro Bowler. So it's not just a head coach. They need some players in here, and with that number 2 overall pick, they have to win that one. They have to get that one right, Wisdom.
And lots of questions about that number 2 pick. Which quarterback, if it's a quarterback that they will select, which one will they take? Will they take Caleb Williams, who was last year's Heisman Trophy winner, out of USC, who is from this area, who went to Gonzaga High School? Will they take him? Will it be Jaden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner of this year from LSU, who did so well? Or will it be Drake May, another North Carolina guy? So there's lots of decisions to be made.
And they have time. They have time to do their research.
Those decisions,
And here's the thing, guys. At 9:15 this morning, the locker room, will open up. We'll get a chance to go inside the locker room and talk to the current Commanders and get their reaction on today's news. The team parting ways with head coach Ron Rivera. I got a chance to speak to several of the players last night following that loss to the Dallas Cowboys. It was obvious that he had the respect of his players, but for whatever reason, the inconsistencies, they never figured themselves out on the field, and here's why we're here today.
Right.
Ron Rivera has been let go.
Right. This has been a while, and you talked about the respect. We talked about this earlier, about the respect that Ron Rivera was getting from the players, and that's because when he was hired, in that January that he was hired back in 2020, we eventually went into the pandemic. That was a lot to deal with, and then he had the cancer diagnosis. So he had to deal with that going into the season, and that was actually the first year, his first year with the team, 7-9, but they won the division and went to the playoffs that year. Like you said, though, unfortunately, the numbers just didn't work out on the regular season basis. We didn't get to the playoffs after that, and there's one more year left on the contract.
Right.
This is where we are right now. It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate indeed, but again, change sometimes can be a good thing. I think it's a necessary thing in this case. You put up 4 wins. And again, this team regressed as the season went along. They opened up the season winning their first 2 games, and they just could never find a consistent rhythm following that. So again, you got a new ownership. I feel like they really did come in and they wanted to see what this team could do. They wanted to see what the coaching staff could do. 4 wins. The proof is in the pudding. That's not good enough. Change was needed. Change was necessary. Change has come today by the team parting ways with head coach Ron Rivera.
All right, and we are the first to confirm this with the team that Coach Rivera is no longer the coach of this football team after 4 years here in Washington, D.C. No winning seasons.
No winning seasons.
4 years. 1 more year left on the contract. They've decided that it's time to go in a different direction right now.
And again, it's so many different coaches that would be a decent fit. We've talked about Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions.
They made an amazing run this year,
again,
so he's probably
they're playoff bound. You got Mike McDonald, the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, best record in the league. They're playoff bound. I myself am a fan of defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, Dan Quinn. 3 years ago, they had the worst defense in the league, talking about the Dallas Cowboys. He comes in, turns that defense around. Of course, he led the Atlanta Falcons to the Super Bowl back in 2016, so he has a proven track record, a lot of possibilities for the Commanders to go in, and I do trust that Josh Harris and his ownership group, they will do the research, they will do their due diligence, they'll bring the players in, keep it right here on WUSA 9. We will let you know when those candidates are here and talking to the Commanders. So again, this is perhaps the most attractive vacancy that you'll see this offseason in the NFL, because again, they have the number 2 overall pick. They have
cap space.
They have plenty of cap space, nearly $80 million in cap space. That's the most in the NFL. So again, this is such an attractive position. And again, Josh Harris, you look at what he's done with this hockey team. You look at what he's done in the NBA with the Philadelphia 76ers. He has a proven track record. So
the whole trust the process with the Sixers, and everybody was looking at them saying, this is going to be a disaster with Joel Embiid. Now, he's an MVP player.
Exactly.
He's one of the top players in the league.
Consistently in the playoffs. Yes. So again, Ron Rivera, before he left, before they parted ways, he said it last night that he has complete trust and confidence that this ownership group will do what's best in this team's best interest. So again, this is, you hate to see someone lose their job. No one ever cheers for that. But with that being said, things are looking up for this organization.
And again, WSA 9, the first to confirm that the team is parting ways with Coach Ron Rivera. We'll have continuous coverage on this. Stick with us throughout the day. We'll be live. We'll be on social media.
We're about to go in the locker room shortly.
We're going to
talk to the players
as well. Chicks here. We got it all covered. So let's go back inside the studio.
Big day for the organization. Gentlemen, thank you so much for that. And like Des said, we don't want to ever see anyone lose their position.
Absolutely not.
But as a franchise, we're looking forward now.
Yes.
All right. And we'll continue to follow this breaking news for you throughout the day right here on WUSA 9 and on our website, WUSA9.com, as well as additional Commanders content on WUSA 9+.
And you can trust us to be the first to bring you confirmed, accurate information directly from the team. We now return to CBS Morning, still in progress.
This has been a special report from